I can't be a protector if I'm walking around here weak, you know what I'm saying, and misguided because I'm letting all my emotions show all the time. I got to keep that to myself and learn how to bottle that up, you know what I'm saying, and release it. No, hear me out, and release it when it needs to be released. That's one thing I can say that God blessed the man with, is how to hold on to his emotions and release it when it needs to be released. Now sometimes we may lose tad bit control. And
that's why
listen,
you hold on to it instead of releasing it when you should release it.
But every time ain't a good time to release it. Every time is not a good time to release your emotions. Because sometimes I could just sit back by myself, whether it means...
What I mean by releasing it, I don't mean act out when you releasing it, but that's where communication comes in.
But every man don't want to communicate though. Because sometimes...
But that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Listen, in y'all's opinion...
No,
listen.
That's the problem.
I feel you.
In a relationship, whether you are married or you just in a relationship, you got to have communication. If you don't have communication, that relationship is failed.
I'm not saying that we don't communicate. I'm saying as a man, like me in particular, when it comes down to communication, I'm not one for all the craziness. I'm not one for all the craziness. And Tony can attest to this. Listen,
If you communicate, the craziness won't even come.
This is why we don't communicate, because we can't finish our thoughts. This is one of the reasons why we don't.
Go ahead, Queen.
And look, I'm just saying, a man likes to be able to finish his thoughts. And for a man to finish his thoughts, 9 times out of 10, he got to already have his thoughts together. You know what I'm saying? Because I know me in particular, I like to have, whatever the argument is on, I like to know what it is that I'm arguing and have my words come out correctly, so that not only am I putting them out correctly, but you are receiving them the correct way. The way I want you to understand it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm just hollering and bucking and cussing and fussing, neither one of us is going to get nothing out of that. But if I get an opportunity to finish what I'm saying and actually, you know what I'm saying, let my point be known, then that's how we communicate. The first time I feel like I'm being cut off or I ain't being listened to, because as women, y'all do have a tendency to where if a man is talking, you only hear one thing, and the first thing that catches your ear the wrong way, you jump on it and you run with it. When I could be going a whole other route, I was just using that one little piece as an example. So then at that time, it makes me want to say, you know what? Nah, I don't want to talk to you right now. You know what I'm saying? That's just as a man. But I'm saying, men, back to the original discussion about the whole attitude things, men, we deal with it, man, from both ends. The not only the Caucasian side of it, dealing with other males and females on that side, with just how we are portrayed in society, but then having to come home and deal with attitude too. I'm tired too. I might have been tried 4 or 5 times today. I don't want to come home and be tried. I want to come home and take my shoes off, take my boots off, whatever the case may be, and just get my mind right for about 15, 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So we deal with it on 15, 20 minutes and get my mind right. I don't want to come into a hostile environment when I just came out from the world, which is a hostile environment every day. As soon as I walk out my door, I'm in a hostile environment. I'm a whole different person in my home. Where we sitting there right now, I'm a whole different person right now than what I am when I walk out that door.
Because your home supposed to be a peace of mind.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm a whole different person. When I walk out that door, then it's like, okay, now I got to put on Richardson. Not Johnny or Johnny Moon or Lil Johnny. You know what I'm saying? I got to put on Richardson. Because now it's something else they expected of me. One, as a black man, a father, and a husband. So I got to put on this show of, oh, well, does he deserve to be around us? You know what I'm saying? Or why is he over here? Because like I said, we the only black family on the block. A lot of people outrank me. You know what I'm saying? They already think I shouldn't be over here anyway. So now when I walk out the door, they already see my vehicle. They see how I walk out in sweatpants, baggy pants, a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? They walking around in Dockers and the damn khaki shirt. I don't wear that. I don't even talk to half of them unless my kids play with them. So that's what I'm saying. Like we deal with a hostile environment as soon as we walk out the door, which I'm sure y'all do too as black females. Y'all deal with a hostile environment as soon as you walk out the door as well. It need to be a common ground to where it can't just be like, oh, well, we get an attitude from y'all. Hell no, you ain't get it from me. You didn't get it from me. And then on top of that, to me, I think it comes from a lot of, one of the major problems in the black community, especially the black household, the black families, is that a lot of these young girls is coming up with no father figure. Yeah. None. And then one of those, I could blame that on the government, because their job is to put us in jail for as long as they can. And if it can only be for a year or two, guess what? We're going to put you in there for a year or two, but you're going to be on probation for 2, 3, 4 years.
Okay.
Meaning the first time you get a parking ticket, you get caught smoking marijuana, you know what I'm saying, drinking in public, or carrying a weapon, you're going right back for another 2, 3, 4 years. We are going to keep you out of your household, so your family has to learn how to survive without you. Which is what the black family has come to on how to survive without a man in the house. And then you have these young girls and these young males that come up. These young girls come up without a father figure, so they don't know what love is. They don't know how to accept true love. You know what I'm saying? They think everything is supposed to be given or just one either being given or they can't trust nobody. And then you got the young males that come up in the household without a father figure. They don't know how to be men. Because they never had one in their household to show them how to pay a bill. You know what I'm saying? How to be a loving husband, a loving father, whatever the case may be. So that's the problem. That is the biggest problem, I think, with black women having the stigma of always having attitudes. That's all, and that closes everything back to the original discussion. That's what I think the stigma comes from.
What?
You might go viral, boy.
Man, I'm telling you. For real, because the black community, man, we struggle hard.
But we've been doing that, black community been doing that from the beginning
For
of
centuries.
time.
Yeah, for centuries.
Struggling hard.
For centuries.
And that's what gets me with, well, I don't want to, you need to turn that camera off.
I can take stuff out.
Look at this.
But that goes back to what we first talked about, what that guy was saying. We've been struggling from the beginning of time. So why not struggle together and keep the black family strong?
I completely agree. Like I said, I was here with you until you went here, and I had to go to Star Trek on it. I was all the way here with you, and I had to go Star Trek on it, but we had a fork and roll when you were saying it's because of y'all. Like, nah, I didn't do that.
And I corrected that.
And I'm not saying you was directing it at me in particular or anybody else. I'm just thinking of the black male itself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got some ignorant jokers out there when it comes to our color, but you also got them in every other ethnicity. You know what I'm saying? Some ignorant behind people. So it ain't just a black male. It's just the black woman has been through more than any other ethnicity, though. When you think about it, the black woman has been through more throughout the time of history. So yeah, you could say that, but it ain't because of the black man today. Hell no. That's just me though. That's just how I look at it. Trust me, I've had hundreds of these conversations. Hundreds. And then, to me, it just plays on both sides. The males and the females, they got to deal with it the same way. We all get stressed the same way. But I think the black male, we got to deal with it on both ends. Especially when you are a black husband, you know what I'm saying, and a black father. Because now, hell, you a minority now. You a minority. It ain't a lot of black husbands. It ain't a lot of black fathers. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that is doing it, they feel like they don't get the credit that they deserve at times. Just like the black wife. It ain't a lot of black wives out there. Just like the black wife. It ain't a lot of black wives out there. And they feel like they don't get the credit that they deserve at times. Whether it's from their significant other, friends, co-workers, family, whatever the case may be. It go both ways, but y'all, this is what I can clearly say, y'all got to understand that. Y'all got to understand that. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. See, that's why I said I get my words together. I be having my words running in my head before I let them out.
But I agree with that though, because I always say, I think whoever comes home, whether it's the man or the woman, when you come home, you shouldn't be walking your door bombarded with a whole bunch of questions. Like you say, you're already stressed out, ain't no telling what you done went through during the day. So whenever you come home, you need time to settle down, you need time to clear your mind of everything that's done happened during your day. Settle down, whether it be take you a bath, sit on the couch, drink you a beer, whatever. Everybody needs that time.
Everybody needs that time.
And I agree with that. I don't question nobody.
Because if you bombard me with questions as soon as I walk in the door, no, I'm saying anybody, whether man or woman. If you bombard with questions the minute you walk in the door and you done had this stressful day, then of course
it's gonna release.
It's gonna escalate to where it don't need to go. Mm-hmm. But everybody need that time to come in and settle down, get their mind together, get their mind straight, get that time to realize, okay, now I'm back at home. So all that stuff, whatever happened to me today, it's got to stay out there.
Yeah. But just like you said, your home is supposed to be a peaceful place. You don't want to.
And it is.
You don't want to leave home and it's not that peaceful place. It's a place of hell.
But if you can't have peace at home, you ain't got peace at home.
Exactly. Yeah. So I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that. But you can't just say it's all on the man. That's all.
I didn't say it was all on the man. I didn't say that at all.
It's equal. It's equal.
I ain't even gonna say it's equal. I'm gonna say it's more like 55,
it's pretty
45.
equal because we go out and do some of the same things that y'all go out and do on a daily basis. We come home and we deal with the same stress.
And see, but the thing about y'all though, y'all men get to come home and they get that time. Or even if they don't get that time. But women, we done been out working, whether we working or whatever. We don't just get to come home and relax, because we got to come home, especially if you got kids.
Clean.
You got to come home and your job starts all over again, because you got kids that's got to be taken care of. You trying to take care of your husband. You trying to take care of a house.
You're right.
And ain't got no time for yourself.
Y'all are absolutely, but I am not disagreeing with you, but at the same time, guess what that's called?
What is that called?
That is called a responsibility.
Hold on, wait.
Wait. I ain't finished it. That's called a responsibility. So with that being a responsibility, right? So that's like both of y'all go to work. You know what I'm saying? Or even if your lady work and your man don't work, you gonna expect him to have certain stuff done. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When you get home, it's gonna be certain stuff. If that joker is sitting on your couch playing Xbox, PlayStation, eating popcorn, chips, and a bill all day, and you got to come in here and go to work and do everything else when you get home, get rid of that joker. But if both of y'all going to work or whatever, got it. Y'all can kind of split that down the middle, but it still rolls in a marriage. There are still roles.
And we know that. We know that's our responsibility. But what we don't want to hear is a man telling us that's your responsibility.
You're right. But then it goes the other way.
Yeah.
When you're talking about a man, because what a man don't, now I'm going to tell y'all the prime example for those of y'all that don't know. And this is for anybody, even for the young jitterbugs in here right now. A man never wants to hear, one, that he's not needed. No man ever wants to hear.
I agree.
No man ever wants to hear you. Exactly. No man never wants to hear that. Number two, a man never wants to hear is all you do. All I do. That's a man never wants to hear that. Because I'm either gonna shut down or you're gonna get a side of me that you don't want to see. But all I do. Because all I could do is go somewhere else and do what I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's not aim. That's not aim. But no, I'm just saying. You're right. I'm not disagreeing.
So if you don't, if you want to feel needed, and when we need you to do something, why is it that it's a struggle to try to get that, but y'all don't want to not be needed? But when we need you,
no, because see, women like y'all have this stuff confused with a need and a want. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need, like prime example, you don't need me to go in there and clean that sink right now and that toilet. You know what I'm saying? Like say that bathroom was filthy. You don't need me to go in there and clean that right now. You want me to. You don't need me to. So if you ask me and I politely decline and say, nah, I ain't doing it. I ain't going to clean that sink. That's not a need, that's a want. And guess what? I wholeheartedly decline to do that for you. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not. Especially when in our situation, since me and my wife are engaged in this right now, we have children that are able-bodied. I'm not getting up and doing none of that when all these bills that's getting paid is coming from out of my pocket and your pocket. You understand what I'm saying? So that is not a need. That's a want. Oh, I want you to help me do this. Nah, when I got 4 jokers running around here that could do it. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Okay, that's all I want you to do is see it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you can grasp it.
Still a responsibility of both parents to take care of the household. To take care of the household, which includes everything that's going on in the household, right? It includes the children, the cleaning, the taking care of. That should be equal. And it don't even necessarily have to be just straight off the board, just split down the middle. All I'm saying is, it should be balanced out just a little bit, so it doesn't feel like the woman is being weighed down on so much, and you getting all this
free time,
relaxed time. She needs
a break too. Yeah, it ain't like you got to do it all the time, but at least every once in a while. Every once in a while.
If your children
CJ, I need you to help me.
if children are your children and they're 3 and they're 4 and they're at them ages where, hey, you want them to sweep them off the floor. Do you think they can sweep them off the floor the way that it's supposed to be swept them off?
That's where it come in, you gotta teach them.
Exactly.
Okay.
So who's gonna teach them? Whose responsibility is it to raise the children in the
Guess what?
household?
Guess what?
Is it only the woman or is it the
Watch this,
parent?
watch this, watch this, watch this. Hold on. Watch this. My man Chris Rock said it the best, right? You got babies in your house. Baby can't read because the lights is off. That's daddy's fault. Baby can't read because the lights is off, meaning it's always dark in the house. That is your daddy's fault because he should have that light bill paid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For you to have some electricity in your house. Baby can't read because, hell, ain't nobody showing her. That's mama's fault. Because somebody got to sit down and take the time. And when you think about kids at that age, as you just referenced, hear me out, at 3 to 4 years old, the mother is known as what? The nurturer. The nurturer. At 3 and 4 years old, they are still being nurtured. A daddy really, because my daddy was around up until I left the house.
But men don't have nurturing skills.
Thank you. That's why I use that word as being the nurturer. The man really does not become important in it. And well, not let me say it that way, but understand what I'm saying. The man really doesn't become a major figure or role model in that child's life until they hit about, I would say in my opinion, in a child's life until they're about 8, 9 years old. That's just me. 8, 9 years old. Because at about 8, 9 years old, you already in the 2nd, 3rd grade, possibly 4th, depending on when you started school. You know what I'm saying? So you are starting to become, you get open up to a lot of stuff that's going on in the world at that age. You know what I'm saying? 3rd, 4th grade, you start getting open to a lot of stuff. Boyfriends, girlfriends, possibly your first kiss, your first booty rub. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be. I'm serious. I'm being so serious right now. At from the age of birth to 6 and 7.
I disagree with that because you are the minute them children, you become a role model the minute that child begins.
I got you, but not a nurturer.
You would never
Not
be a
a,
nurturer.
exactly. And so meaning, so if back to your point, if you talking about well, if I need a 3 or a 4-year-old to sweep, I'm not the one to teach you. I'm not
is
the
that
one.
nurturing?
Hell yeah, because I have to have a nurturing spirit to have the patience. To have the patience. If you notice, a man, I'm pretty sure you just like me. I am not, just like Kevin Hart said, and I hate to use him as an example, but he said it perfect. I am not qualified to watch my children alone. I am not.
Watch too much TV.
Hear me out. No. But it's a perfect example, and I guarantee all y'all gonna get it. I am not qualified to watch my children alone. Kevin Hart gave the best example. He said, I told my wife, go on now, it's your day. You've been doing all of this, that, and that. I got it. It's daddy day. Before I know it, the kids is running around, hollering, screaming, doing this. And DA's will tell you, 9 times out of 10 when you ain't here, what I do a lot of, hey, stop, sit down, stop playing. I'm not gonna say it again. Don't make me go get my belt. Everybody go to bed. That's what I do a lot of, right? That's what I do a lot of, and then I close my door. That's what I do a lot of. As a woman, you have the patience because you are a nurturer. Patience comes with that nurturing skill that y'all are blessed with for you to be able to say the same thing 1,000 damn times. 1,000 times and still have the patience to say that 1,001 time. I'm not going to say it no more than twice before I tell everybody to get the hell in the bed before I get a bed. Go to sleep, turn all the lights off, get away from me. I don't have that patience. And that comes from nurturing skills. So, if you need me to teach you to sweep them up, I'm going to show you one time. I'm going to show you one time. If you can't get it right, I'm going to look at you like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? All you got to do is swing it this way and this way. And that goes with the broom and the mop. They work the same way. One's sweet and one is wet. It ain't that hard. So that's what I need you to understand when I say the nurturer piece.
No, you don't need me to understand.
I do need you to understand. No. That's a need right there.
That's a want.
That's a need.
That's a want. You want me to understand.
That is a need. Baby girl, that's a need. That's what I'm saying. That's a need.
I'm never gonna understand that because you want that.
No,
I
it's a
understand
need.
that you want that.
That's a need.
It's totally a want. It's totally a want.
How's that a want?
It's totally because you want me to do that.
No.
You don't need for me to do that.
No.
You don't need for me to do that.
No.
Do you need for me to do that?
Oh yeah, I do.
Why?
Because if I don't do it, because guess what? You right. So say it's a want, and then I go into teaching how to sweep and mop them. Just to your example, I go into teaching a 3 or 4-year-old how to sweep and mop. Guess what that turns into? It turns into a hollering session right? It turns into a hollering session of a 32-year-old man to a 3 and 4-year-old child. And then it turns into a session between you and your mate about why you gotta talk to kids like that about sweeping them out. That is a need. Because guess what? It keeps us from getting to that level, and it keeps me from getting to that level with a 3 and a 4-year-old.
Well, how is it that
that's a need?
You can have patience with people outside your home to conduct
You talking about
yourself.
adults?
Regardless, there's many adults that act like 3 and 4-year-olds.
You're right.
Okay, so how is it that you can conduct yourself like a well-behaved, you got all the patience in the world? Is that because that's a requirement?
No, it's because I'm a black man. We just had that conversation. It goes
wait a
back.
minute.
Hear me out. That goes back to me when I conduct myself like that with other people, being able to have patience. I can't just jump off and be completely ignorant. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that I'm ignorant at home or ignorant with my children, but I can't go out and be ignorant with a stranger or somebody that I'm conducting business with because I have to get something done.
So
hear me out. And then it goes back to being a husband, a father, a black husband and a black father again. It goes back to being that. We should, or we feel as we are the protectors and the providers and that we should be the king of our castle, meaning what I say in my house should go. There should be no if, and, but, or discussion about it. When to your example, we're talking about a child. You understand what I'm saying?
We're talking about child, yeah.
So when I go out in the world, yeah, that's another reason that a black man come home stressed. I'm trying to get up, my leg hurt, but when a black man walk out his door in the morning, the first thing in his mind is, damn, what I'm gonna deal with today? Who gonna work me? Who gonna try me today? And you still got to put on that face and that show. Not saying that black women don't have to do that, but when I come home, guess what? I get to just be regular old Johnny, and I ain't a black man. I'm just a man in my home.
You a black man in your home.
No. When I'm home, I'm just a man. Because it's my house. This is my domicile. This is where I should feel the safest. This is my place of peace. When I'm out there, I don't know what's going to happen.
So where's my place of peace?
You tell me. I'm explaining to you what mine is.
I'm trying to figure it out. I mean, if I can't find some type of rest within my home or my mate, where do I rest? When I go rest in my head somewhere else, or my heart, or my emotions, or anything else, elsewhere than my mate in my home, that becomes a problem. So, wait.
So explain the rest. Explain the rest piece to me.
Any type of rest. I just want to relax.
Like you talking about mentally, emotionally, physically?
Emotionally, physically, whatever. If I can't come home and I can't tell you about my day, or I can't tell you how I'm so tired of having to come home and constantly clean without you saying, that's your responsibility. That's your responsibility. That's what you're supposed to do. Where are we supposed to get that rest at if we can't find it in the helpmate that we vowed to love and protect and keep and hold and everything else?
Because none of that said anything about me sleeping on the damn floor. About my vibe. None of that.
What she said,
I got it though. I'm just playing. That was just me making a joke.
Every now and then it's good for a man to come in and say, well, baby, I don't want you doing nothing today. Don't you worry about it. I'm going to take care of all that today. You just go take care of yourself.
Okay. When you a wife and a mama, you ain't never off. You always on.
Understood. And look, women, man, look, y'all, a mother gets, you know what I'm saying, the utmost respect from me. And y'all got to understand, with men, we may not say it all the time. We may not show it properly. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure you done been in the same boat. We may not say, baby, I appreciate you. We may not say, baby, thank you for everything that you do. I know it's hard.
Saying that
no,
sometimes.
Come on, sometimes. Like, you looking crazy. I take you there every once in a while.
But those are all action words now.
Exactly. You got to show it too. Not just say it.
So going to showing it. My partner had the best quote, I ain't gonna say ever, but it resonates, right? So this is something that my wife asks me all the time. You know what I'm saying? And she hate my answer. Tonya asked me, babe, you love me? And I'm like, yeah, I love you. How much? Like a lot. I love you a lot. That's it. A lot. Like, I don't know what you want me to say.
Because he never said nothing. I say it plain to him, but still, that's always his response. There's nothing extra.
But watch. So me and my partner was having a conversation. I was like, man, your lady ever asked you if you love her? He was like, all the time. And I was like, what's your answer to me? He was like, I told her a lot. I was like, I think that's almost like, I ain't gonna say every man, but let's just say 70%. Let's just throw that number out there. 70% of men will say a lot, you know what I'm saying, a whole lot. So he was like, this is how I broke it down to her. He said, right now we got a house. We got 4 cars. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I pay the mortgage. I pay all the car notes. I put all the groceries in the house. I do all of this. He was like, her money is her money. Yeah, she treat me every now and then. She take me out. She do this. She do that. He said, so I told her, I had to break it down to her. He said, how long you been knowing me? She said, I've been knowing you almost 20 years. He said, how much do you think I love my money? She said, you love your money a lot. And she put emphasis on a lot, right? You love your money a lot. And he was like, who the hell I give it to though? All the money I make, who I give it to?
Pay the bills.
Thank you. She was like, you give it to me. You take care of all of this. You giving it to me. Everything that I have, the material stuff, not saying it's that important, but this home that we live in, these cars I drive, this food that I'm eating, these clothes I'm wearing, all that good stuff, it comes from you. You know what I'm saying? So you love your money a lot. So he's like, if I love my money that much and I'm giving it to your ass, every first and the 15th when I get paid, that tells you how much I love you. Don't ask me that again. That made perfect sense to me. But the average man can't go in and talk to his lady like that and tell her, all my money go to you. All my money go to our family, to our household, to, you know what I'm saying, whatever bills we may have, whatever. You can't just go to your lady and tell her that, because she ain't trying to hear that. She is not trying to hear that. So when you talk about a responsibility as a man, especially as a black man, because we so few and far between in our homes, you know what I'm saying, they already feel like we are a minority. So what they telling you? Oh, well, you paying the bills in your house as a black man? You got a husband that do that? You got a man in your home that's there with your children? Like you already a minority. You damn near like a unicorn nowadays. You know what I'm saying? You are a black unicorn. Ain't nobody ever seen one of them before. But then somebody got the audacity to tell you all you do is, or I need some help doing this. Like, I ain't trying to hear that. So if I came in and told you to help me pay a bill, or give me half on this mortgage, or give me half, you're gonna look at me like I done slipped, fell, and bumped my head.
You wanna know why a woman will probably look at you and like you slipped and fell and bumped your head? Because probably, even with that, that means, what does that make her, and what does that make you? If she's going to work every day, she coming home, she cooking, she cleaning, she taking care of your kids, she raising your kids, she nurturing your kids, teaching them how to read, put them in the bed, put them in the tub, everything that life skills. She teaching them all of that. That right there alone, you just owe her a whole lot. So then I give you half on the bill, right? What did I say you was doing again? You was paying for the house, and what else?
So it sounds like you finna go into that. That's all you do, and I don't need you.
No, I'm not going into that. What I'm trying to say is, then what does that make me?
Mm-hmm.
I should be somehow, some way, some type of equal to you.
We already equal.
No, we're not.
It is.
No, we're not.
We already equal.
No, we're not.
See, look, this is what, in my opinion, again, this is just my opinion. This is what women have confused when you talk about 50-50. So in my mind, this is how it works. 50-50. 50-50 meaning, if I'm paying you ain't gonna be paying all the bills. If I'm paying the majority of the bills, that's 50. To me, that's 50. Because when you talk about financial, that's one of the biggest divorce factors in America. It's just financial. We ain't even talking about what's the proper word I'm looking for? Stepping outside the marriage.
That show responsibility.
Thank you making my point though. That is my responsibility. Meaning, I would be a fool to walk in and say, hey, it's the first, you got your half on this house? You know what I'm saying? You live here too. Like, I would be a fool. That's my responsibility. That's never gonna come out my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, when you come out your mouth as a spouse, if a spouse come to some men, not all, but to some, probably most, but if you come out your mouth and say, well, it's your responsibility to do this, and this, and this, and this too. Well, damn. How many responsibilities I got and where the rest is yours at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying that's how a man thinks.
That's how some women look at it. That's how they feel too.
I understand, but I was just breaking down the 50-50 piece.
Because you pay that bill, like, I don't like to say this, but like, to me sometimes, men want the title of a man, right? And a woman want the title of a woman, or
no, y'all want the title of a queen,
or whatever the case may be.
We just that nigga.
Let her finish.
But we don't, like, if you were to ask me, or if you were to say, oh, I can't make this bill this month, or whatever the case may be, I, as a wife, don't have a problem helping you with that bill. You don't have a wife that has a problem with that. You don't have a wife that does not like to work, because I would do that.
You're right.
Okay? So, if you ask me that, I'll do that. So, and give you a little break or whatever the case may be. But it goes back to me, where my break come in at? Like, it's like extra tasks piled onto a woman. But what extra tasks do you have? I hate men being in the mindset of all I gotta do is pay the bills. That's it. I don't gotta do nothing else. I keep a roof over your head, but she can probably keep a roof over her head without you.
No.
She probably can keep a roof over your head without you. And she probably can do that for a very long time. And I don't even like the fact that you just said no.
And I don't like that
it has been done by me.
I've been keeping the roof over my head for so long. I'm at the point I feel like I don't need a man.
Yeah, but it's no kids in your house.
No, there ain't no kids in my house.
Exactly. So you can't even talk this conversation. That's got a lot to do with it. There's a lot of single women out there putting a roof over their head. That's what they're supposed to do. That's their responsibility. If you single and you grown, you keep your own roof over your head.
Yeah, if you want somewhere to live.
Exactly. And mama, I'm not trying to clown. I'm not. No. I'm saying in this generation, a woman with kids.
Any adult is supposed to keep a roof over their head.
Exactly.
Whether they single or not.
Well, no, but I'm saying a single. So, prime example, if Portia was to move out of your house today at 19 years old, we ain't gonna say 19 because that's rather young. 25. Portia 25. She'd have moved out your house 6-7 years ago. You expect her to be able to provide a roof over here. She may hit a stumble, a rough patch every now and again, to where she may run short on something. But you expect her as an adult and a single adult, whether she got a man or not, to be able to keep a roof over her head. So you're supposed to be able to do that. But when you have children, especially with a man, when you have children with a man and all that good stuff, you can't say I don't need you, because the first thing that's gonna pop in the man's head is you don't need me. Okay, what about child support? What about this and what about that? And most females forget that child support is cheaper than staying with you. It is. It is. So I'm saying is when I hate when not you, but I'm saying when females use that term of, oh, I don't need a man, I can do this without him. No, you can't. No, you can't.
They can.
No, you can't,
They
because
really can. It's a matter of wanting to do it without you, or either okay, well that's your legal responsibility, regardless of if I can do this without you or I can't do it without you.
No, see, I think we're on a different page, because when I say this, I'm saying like this, like right now. This meaning like keeping up the same lifestyle is what I mean by this. That's my definition of this. So when I say I can do this by myself, you know what I'm saying? Like can you or I honestly say I can keep up the same lifestyle without one another?
Okay.
Yes or no?
Yes.
You can keep up the same lifestyle.
Rent in a 4-bedroom house or a 3-bedroom house or a 2-bedroom apartment doesn't always cost thousands of dollars of money. So don't tell me that I can't do it.
So it's not the same lifestyle.
It's
of what you are spending economically and financially right now. Same lifestyle. Can you maintain it without you or I? Can I maintain this without you? And can you maintain this without me? Yes or no? Yes. All I need is a yes or no.
No, don't say it. If I wanted to, yes. If I wanted to do it, then I probably could.
Okay.
I would be working to the bone. I probably wouldn't see my kids, but if I had to make it happen, I would have to bust my tail and make it happen.
You couldn't. Just say no.
No, I'm not gonna say no.
Because you don't want me to be right.
I'm not gonna allow you to tell me that I can't do something.
Because you don't want
I can do all things.
No. I got that too. But at the same time, that's not me telling you what you can't do. That's just me being.
But I see where you come
systematically
from.
smart.
I say even with me, and I take care of myself and been doing it for a while, and I love the lifestyle I'm living. But I still say, well, Lord, I'm ready for a husband, because there's some more things that I would like to do that I know I could. Well, I ain't gonna say I couldn't do it, but it would be a whole lot easier on me if I had some help.
It would be easier.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But it should be easier with a helpmate, right?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be hard. It shouldn't be the same amount of hard as if you was a single parent, or if you was a single mom or a single dad doing it by yourself. It should ease up a little bit. It shouldn't, like you said, when you walk out of the house, you be stressed at work. You come home, you be stressed at home. Something in between there should be easy on you if you have that helpmate with you. Should it or should it not? Because if it's the same, I mean, a person can do bad by themselves. People say that all the time. So there should be some type of ease in there.
Should be, but that ain't life all the time.
No, it's not life all the time.
And then like just going back to what you said about what you said. I had it in my head too. You said being a role model and all of that, you know, I think you said that. Being a role model, you know, like from the day that child come out the womb and all of that. Regardless of what you may believe, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of how little you may think that a man does from, you know, birth to a certain age or whatever, yeah, he's still a role model, but then that child is also learning, you know what I'm saying? Because hell, I look at it like even with my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell, daddy didn't come out there and throw no basketball or shoot no basketball with me, throw no baseball, throw no football. I did all that on my own. And I happened to get pretty good at it. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, as I got older, like by the time we hit, 13, 14, I was able to understand that my parents gonna work their way from here, you know what I'm saying, almost the true definition of what Drake say, you know what I'm saying, started at the bottom, now we here. Because you talking about starting off in a 2-bedroom trailer to a 1-bedroom apartment with your uncle and his child to another 1-bedroom apartment to a 2-bedroom apartment, getting your furniture out the dumpster, you know what I'm saying, to a 3-bedroom house, 3-bedroom house.
No furniture.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we
did.
Yes,
in California.
In California.
Yes.
Yes,
I
our
do.
first couch, our first end tables, and
Yep.
all out the
Who
dumpster.
got it out the dumpster?
So man. All of that was a true
And you
definition.
too.
And you
Because
too.
yes, you did. Because it was a nightstand that was in my room from when we was kids up until I was in high school that you got out the dumpster and painted white.
Them doggone,
And it was
them orange little recliners, the couches we had that used to sit in that apartment. I forgot the name of it, but the blue and white
Down there on
apartment.
Big Springs.
Yeah, on Big Springs, them orange chairs that was right there with that little lamp set in the middle.
that came
out
from the
of
dumpster, yeah.
I remember you and old man used to sleep in the living room on the floor while me and her slept in the
In the bedroom.
Yeah, I remember that.
But that's what I mean as far as I don't forgot my whole train of thought. Now, 'cause I had to explain that. What was I saying?
Start from the bottom.
Oh yeah, the true definition of starting from the bottom to the top. So I was talking about my daddy, how he ain't play sports with me like that, but I haven't been good at it. And when I was younger, y'all was like, man, he don't get out here and shoot basketball with me. He ain't really throwing no football. But they was going to work. You know what I'm saying? And hell, I remember daddy riding that doggone bike to work. All the way to March Air Force Base. Hit me out. I'm saying the whole responsibility piece. His responsibility in my mind, when I got old enough to understand it, was we have children. I have to get out here and work. My mama was riding the bus to work at the post office. You know what I'm saying? We was riding the bus to go get groceries, to go do laundry, and then carry it a half a mile back to the house from the bus stop. So that's what I'm talking about, responsibility. I didn't hear no complaining. They might have had arguments, but we never heard it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't hear no complaining from him saying, oh, I do this, I do that. You know what I'm saying? And then her complaining, well, I do this and I do that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I learned more from not hearing nothing and feeling like I didn't have everything I wanted to know and I had everything that I needed. And then I gained way more knowledge than what I thought I had at that time.
So you can't learn values and things like that.
Damn, I thought I just talked about values.
I understand, but you just told me how you learn those things. You learn those things by seeing it, right? Without being told or hearing the arguments of the struggle or whatever the case may be. You learned it by just seeing that. So what you're saying is, even if you help raise your child from birth on up, there's no way, because the mama's supposed to do that. The mama's supposed to teach them all those things up until they turn to the age where you are equipped.
No, that's not what I'm saying. See, and then once again, this goes back to the conversation we had earlier about black people, about how you were saying like they need to start teaching, you know, finances and hear me out. This goes back to the school thing. When you talk about the black family, man, like how I said, we was taught how to survive, and we still learn, and it's been going on for centuries. You know what I'm saying? We are.
Are we still teaching our kids how to survive?
Hell, because we have no other means.
You got means.
Listen to what I'm saying when I say that. I'm saying that we have no other means in the fashion of how you just asked me, did I not learn, you know what I'm saying, from my situation growing up? Yeah, I learned from my situation growing up, because when my dad was coming up, guess what he did? You know what I'm saying? I do get around and I engage with my children. You know what I'm saying? I go outside every now and again. I do this, I do that every now and again. It might not be every day or as much as you may want me to, but I do it every now and again. You know what I'm saying? When either one, I feel like I have the energy or the time, I get up and do it. But most times, sometimes I'm laid up in that room, in the bed, getting ready for the next day of work. Every day, and you could tell me if I'm lying or not, every day, that's what the old man did in my life. My daddy got up at 3 o'clock every morning. He was home by 3 o'clock in the evening, and after that, he was either on his favorite spot, the couch, or in his bed with them Debo slippers on and a big ass cup spitting sunflower seeds. Get away from me! Don't talk to me. So I feel like I've already, if my pops is here, which he's one of my best friends, if he was here for me, I'm already a step ahead of him because I'm doing just a tad bit more.
But that's what you said that we came from. We came from us just going one step up, not going above and keep going above and rising. Why constantly, oh, okay, so my parents didn't do this, so I'm going to just go one step above, and that's going to be good enough.
No. That's not what I'm saying. Well, what I'm saying is everybody has the dream of climbing the whole damn stairwell and making it to the mountaintop. You know what I'm saying? To be on the same level as these other folks. It just ain't that damn easy. And by the time you feel like you done got a good running start up that stairwell to get to the mountaintop, you too damn old to complete the task. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at it. Most people, prime example, once again, I'm gonna go back to my parents. Once again, my parents didn't start hitting that doggone stairwell until they was easily into their 40s. Am I right or wrong? Easily into their 40s. I'm talking about struggling from their 20s to their 40s. So by that time, when you do hit that stride to start trying to get to that mountaintop, you almost too old, and by that time your kids are on their way out the door. If you already have children, like prime example, me and you would be in our late 40s by the time we get Maya out the house.